Try it now. Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to the groundbreaking of Gohn Hall. We have some seats back here. Please join us. Thank you for your attendance today. It means a great deal to Missouri State University West Plains as well as the Gohn family. Immediately following this brief ceremony, please join us at Kellett down the street for hot cocoa and cookies. I bring greetings from the president of Missouri State University, Mr. Cliff Smart. Cliff regrets that he cannot attend today's ceremony, but he felt it was more important to get a shovel in the ground than to delay this long-awaited event. It's important to point out that Cliff Smart recognized that this much-needed project was overdue, and we want to thank him for his strong support today. I'd also like to recognize, I believe we have Mr. Andrew Wells in the audience. Is Andrew here? Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. He represents Dake Wells Architecture Firm and the design that will become Gohn Hall. How very appropriate to celebrate this momentous occasion during a season of celebration. We honor and extend our heartfelt thanks to David Gohn Sr. and his sister Virginia Gohn Sapp for the gift of their family home and their significant gift that is helping make this dream a reality. We're very sorry Virginia and her family could not be with us today, but we are delighted to have David, his wife Billy Kay, and their family with us for this big event. Gohn Hall will be the new home of Missouri State University Outreach Program, where students can earn their bachelor and master's degree right here on the West Plains campus. It's especially fitting that David's 8 grandchildren, representing the next generation of students and leaders, are the shovel bearers today. As you know, we're very frugal at Missouri State University West Plains, and anytime we can get free labor, we're all about that. I'd like to introduce you to our labor force today. And I believe we're going to hand these out. We're going to hand out some shovels and hard hats. If we could have J.D. Mahaffey and Robert Mahaffey Jr. step forward. These are the sons of Robert and Jennifer Mahaffey of Rogersville. Carolyn, William, and Jack Biker. I believe we'll use those laborers throughout the project. Children of Greg and Courtney Gohn Bykirk of West Plains. Mary Claire, Sam, and Libby Gohn, children of David Matthew and Maggie Gohn of West Plains. The shovels and hard hats are yours to keep as reminders of this day. Okay. Now you know what construction management's all about.
Oh, look at her.
That'd be an OSHA violation. Okay, are our photographers ready? We're going to give a countdown of 1, 2, 3. Ask you to throw your dirt somewhere other than on top of somebody else.
Yeah, you gotta do this quick.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're starting Gohn Hall. Thank you very much. And at this time, I'd like to ask your grandfather, David Gohn Sr., to come forward. I told Drew that this group would be like herding cats or catching smoke, and it's just about what I thought it would be.
I want to say thank you to all of you who have come out today. Thank you from our family. Virginia's family is in Corvallis, Oregon now. Her 2 children and her granddaughter live there. She's gone there for the holidays and could not be with us. I'm sure she will get some of the pictures and hear some of the commentary when she returns. Thank you all for coming and sharing some of the memories that I have about this house. I'm going to take just a moment to talk a little bit about the house and the neighborhood and why it was important for Virginia and I to grow up here, and why we're quite fond of the house and quite happy that we've moved forward to this day from the time the gift was made several years ago. If you look around the neighborhood, down this direction on the corner of Franklin Street and West Main was my Aunt Lenny and Uncle Charles' house. And this was a beautiful house decorated with the most beautiful landscape around that house, which is no longer there. And one of the special projects that we hope to accomplish when this building is finished is to redesign the landscaping around this property to look like it used to look 40 and 50 years ago. The next house up from Aunt Lenny's house was lived in by Ona and Leslie Epps. Ona was a beauty shop operator who had a beauty shop up above the West Plains Music Store down on the square, and Leslie Epps was a principal of one of the rural schools here in West Plains. We lived here, and then the Methodist Church was right there. It's still standing. On the north side of the house where the parking lot is was Miss Torrey's house. Now, next to Aunt Lenny's house on the north side was Thurman Green's house. And Thurman Green and Miss Torrey were quite cranky people. And I don't know if they were cranky because I was probably into their gardens and their flower beds and everything that I could do at that time in my life to upset their life. But we had some interesting times. I'd gone to a movie and seen a movie about how in Vermont, you tap a maple tree and get the syrup out and make sugar and maple syrup. So Thurman Green had a big maple tree down here, and I had a little brace and bit from my little carpenter's tool set, and I proceeded to tap that tree and start to gather some sap out of it, and Thurman took a great offense to that. And he told my dad, he said, "That tree dies," said, "Dan, you're going to have to pay for it." So thankfully, the tree didn't die, and I didn't make any maple syrup that year, so that day went and it's all gone by. This house has a lot of memories, and out behind the house was a garage that was built to look just like this house. It's torn down now. But there was a basketball court out there, and there was a basketball game out there about every afternoon, and I see Jerry Hall here, and Jerry Womack, and Jackie Harris. A lot of basketball was played out there. And one of the best basketball players that ever came out of West Plains was Gary Garner. And he received his baptism of fire on that very court. And I know Jerry Womack and Jack Harris made him what he is today, a great basketball player and a great coach. In the basement of this house, right behind where I'm standing, Jack Harris had finished his chemistry class over at what is now Gohn Hall, which was our high school at the time, and I was taking chemistry. So we decided to put some of our chemistry skills together, and we were going to create and make home brew in the basement of the house. So Jack and I had our project. We made the home brew, and it's obviously we weren't successful because Anheuser-Busch is still in business, and we're out of business. But I could go on all afternoon about this house, this neighborhood, and what it's meant to all of us growing up here. But that's not what I want to do. I want to thank the university for moving ahead. I think when Cliff Smart was named president of the university, things started to happen. And others who had worked so hard in the past, Jerry Hall as a chancellor or board of governor, Allison Smith started working, and we just couldn't seem to get things happening. And finally, things started to move. I see Drew Bennett here. Of course, Elizabeth Grisham has been quite helpful in moving all this forward, but with the meetings we had after Cliff Smart became president, we were able to move this project forward to this day and hopefully forward from today's shovel work we've had here. A few closing comments. This journey begins today with this building. We're turning a home into a learning center, to serve as an academic outreach building for teachers to work on their bachelor's and master's degrees. These teachers will have an impact on these grandchildren you saw here today and other children as they are educated tomorrow. The challenge for all of us is to increase the education levels and awareness of the values of higher education in this community and this area. It makes it a better place to live and to work for all of us. So, again, thank you from our family. I want to thank all of you for your support of this university and this community, and thank you for attending, and that concludes my remarks. Thank you.
We have a lot of special friends here with us. We have our mayor, who's been our consistent champion, Mayor Joe Paul Evans of Missouri State West Plains. We have as mentioned, former Board of Governor member here, Allison Smith, and we also have two former chancellors, Marv Looney and Kent Thomas, who are here today. Everything that is happening on this campus follows on the shoulders of those that have gone before working. We're about to celebrate our 50th anniversary in 2013, 50 years of Missouri State University West Plains. This project is due to be completed in the fall semester of 2013. So it'll be fitting that on our 50th anniversary, we bring to fruition this project that take the next generation and offer bachelor and master's degree programs. I expect enrollment in those programs to continue to climb. Thank you, and please join us at Kellett for some hot cocoa and cookies.